Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I'm so excited to bring to you yet another video that is about personal money management. You live paycheck to paycheck? Are you addicted to spending money? Do you spend your money without thinking? Then if that is the case, this is the right video for you. So when you look at the financial outlook of a lot of us, you begin to see certain trends because the majority of people around the globe actually live paycheck to paycheck, and this cuts across regardless of their income levels. Therefore, you begin to ask yourself, if this is a question that cuts across all income levels, then what exactly could be the issue if it's not an income problem? And once you go that financial rabbit hole, you begin to realize that actually the average person has what I call a spending problem, a spending addiction that has to be resolved before they start dealing with their income problem or making more money. So looking back at my journey, I began to realize that if I didn't carefully solve my spending addiction, then I couldn't fully realize my full financial potential. And I see this as a big problem to a lot of people because they don't have a measured habit of actually holding on to their money. Because once you get money, you have this extraordinary urge to spend it. And we are not talking about normal daily living expenses. The average person has a spending addiction above and beyond their living expenses. This is keeping them always broke and always working, always looking for how to make more, when the problem is actually a spending problem. Because once money comes into their financial ecosystem, they spend it without any regard for the future, because the thinking is that the future will take care of itself, that because today feels good, because there's something going on, because some product is on sale, because the friends are around, that now we have to spend and do whatever it takes to be happy today. But what we don't realize is that if we live long enough, we'll become old, and therefore we have to face our future today and actually start to plan for it by inculcating good spending habits within our financial house. And so you have to ask yourself, do you genuinely have a spending addiction, or do you have an income problem? Because for most of us, we have a spending addiction more than we have an income problem, because it's more easier to scale up your income through learning new skill sets, through asking for a pay raise, through winning a lottery. That is easier because we can be able to do more to increase our income. But when it comes to the habit of spending, then it becomes a personal question, because you have to know, you have to start putting yourself in check and figure out, where does the addiction stem from? Are you triggered by seeing products on sale? Are you a people pleaser, so that when it comes to being in a social place, you want to be able to be the person, you want to be seen as the person spending the most? Do you have poverty trauma because you come from a humble background, and therefore when you get to money, you want to spend so as to offset some things that you missed? You have to answer those questions and pinpoint to whatever causes your spending addiction. Because if you cannot cage it, and if you cannot catch it now at your current economic standing, then no amount of income pumped into the economic ecosystem will actually enable you grow into wealth. Because the more money that comes into your system, the greater your spending addiction will become. Because spending is a habit. And the only way we can hold on to our money is by actually checking our spending habits that always have either a positive or negative connotation when it comes to budgeting. Because budgeting is just a tool that cannot stop you if you have a spending addiction. So there are a lot of ways to actually put yourself in check and develop a robust spending habit that is tailored towards enabling you spend within your limits, enabling you channel your finances towards productive efforts that actually build you as a person and helping you stay clear of the temptations that can derail your process toward achieving the best version of yourself and actually getting into wealth building and securing your future. And out of the many proven ways, the act of financial fasting has proven to be the best way that produces greater results in the long term for people with spending addiction. So what do we mean by spending fasting? So fasting is actually training yourself from spending on anything other than your normal living expenses, starting from a day and then building that up into a week, then building that up to actually not spending for a month, and then building that up to actually not spending for 6 months. If you can set yourself up by resisting to spend, depending on your level of addiction, trying not to spend for a day, try not to spend for a whole week, try not to spend for a whole month, and finally, try not to spend for a whole 6 months, will actually reset your system and create in you a spending protocol that will actually enable you start building and moving faster towards wealth. So I'm impressing upon you today that you can start to check your spending habits and develop a fasting system whereby you push back any attempts that will rob you of your disposable income so that you can be able to have a genuine approach towards holding on to your money longer than necessary and channeling most of your money into activities that actually transform you from being the normal person that you are today, becoming the person that you intend to become and achieving your highest level of self. Because remember, it is not an income problem. It has more to do with a spending addiction that is killing most of our financial prospects and derailing us from achieving our greatest financial goals. So think about it and deal with your spending addiction. If you're finding these videos useful, then don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. Also, like, share, and comment down below. Thank you and see you in the next video.